day of the second test between England and India and Edgbaston is upon us. Today is going to be the day where India could make it 1-1 or England, less likely, might hold on for a draw. Now, what is the first thing? The weather. What is the weather like? There is a 6-hour rain outlook, but that is early in the morning, which means that about this time when we are doing the morning wrap, there in Birmingham, we have been told that there is a 6-hour rain outlook, but it has already begun. As the match time comes, there will be no rain, and the rest of the day is all fine at this point in time. So India needs 3 sessions to take 7 wickets. However, can England hold on for a draw? That is the only thing which will be upon everybody's mind. At this point in time, you can forget about England going for the win, because 536 runs, 90 overs in the day, next to impossible to ensure that it won't happen. So that is why India will be having their tail up. Siraj, Akash Deep will have at least 40 minutes or 1 hour with this new cherry, and then after that, it all depends upon the skill and the guile of the other spinners and the bowlers who are there. Prasidh started well. Now he's got a big task today. He has to dry up the flow of runs and ensure India go for the win. Jadeja, Sundar, Nitish all have a supporting role. Jadeja in particular may have to shoulder a heavy workload today as well. So India, whether it will be a win or a draw, it most likely is looking like a win for India at this point in time, not a draw, considering that England do have the tendency to self-destruct. And when they do self-destruct, it's all obvious that you may lose wickets in a cluster, you can lose it in 2 sessions. So that is why England versus India, the match is so far ahead now. India in particular are dominating, and with these 2 bowlers, who knows, India could register a famous win. Remember, if they win in Edgbaston, then it will be their first ever. It will be their first ever win in Edgbaston. So that is why we are looking at this particular situation that is there. It is a big development when you have to look at it. I don't know what are the conches been there, but then yes, it's a religious time at this point in India. So this is the current festival. Looking at the current situation, 7 wickets or a draw. We'll all be awaiting that today itself. Now, as far as the second test is concerned between Australia and West Indies in Grenada, Australia's lead has swelled past 250. Steve Smith put on a masterclass with a brilliant 71, and the West Indies did make some inroads, but Australia, with Alex Carey still there, maybe they can get to 300, and today you may see a decisive result of this test match also. So West Indies versus Australia in Grenada is also shaping up to be a thriller, but Australia have their noses ahead, 254 runs. If they had another 30-40 runs more, the target is closer to 300. It could be tough for the West Indies, considering how tough the Grenada wicket is. Already you're seeing a lot of seamen swing, and that's why Australia are really in the driver's seat. If Australia win this, it will be yet another series win in the West Indies. They have not lost there since 1991, I am telling you. 95 they won, 99 they drew, 2003 they won, 2008 they won, 2012 they won, 2015 they won. They have won on a consistent basis. So that's why West Indies versus Australia is really shaping up to be a thriller in more ways than one. So there we are seeing proper test match cricket with seam, swing, runs. Here, it's England's destruction combined with some rather tepid featherbed-like conditions. And Nasir Hussain has said this particular aspect in baseball. It can tire the bowlers out, and the bowlers are already tired. So that is why if baseball dishes out these kind of conditions, flat conditions, knowing that our batters can capitalize, then what are you going to do with your bowlers? The bowlers are going to suffer in a big way. So that is why it is very important for you to understand it's not going to work every single time. As far as the Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh ODI is concerned, yesterday Bangladesh pulled off a remarkable victory one of their rookie bowlers taking a 5-wicket haul at this point in time. So, looking at Bangladesh, it is their first ever victory at the Premadasa against Sri Lanka. Imagine, they have waited so many years. They have been playing in Sri Lanka for so many years. Sri Lanka have managed to lose to Bangladesh for the first time at the Premadasa Stadium. So yesterday, that was one major achievement that came about. Now, as far as other sporting news is concerned, there are two Indian boxers who will be fighting for gold in the World Cup Boxing Stage 2 event that's held. As far as the other events are concerned, you had sprinters, especially Mohammed Afzal and the other upcoming Indian sprinter who have shattered the national records that is there. Mohammed Afzal and Animesh Kujur have managed to shatter their national records in the meets that is going on at this point in time. So it's going to be really interesting how this goes about. As far as Rapid and Blitz event is concerned, the Super United Rapid and Blitz event in Croatia is concerned, you are seeing Gukesh slip up. He just had 1.5 out of 9 points yesterday and Magnus 7.5 out of 9. He has truly ensured that he could win the Superbet Croatia Classic. Gukesh is down to third position. This is the problem. The overall tournament, when you look at it, you can only win if your Rapid plus Blitz event combined, you win the tournament. Gukesh has just secured top spot in the Rapid, but it is not a guarantee he will win the tournament. So that is why this is going to be a very important last day today. Can Gukesh recover from 1.5 from 9 and do something? Or will Magnus win the tournament? Magnus can win the tournament because he's up 3 points. But anything can happen in the final day of Blitz. You may see Magnus versus Gukesh happen the second time. Gukesh lost in the first game. Can he bounce back in the second? That remains to be seen. So yes, this is the current situation you are looking at this point in time. Now I'll take some comments. You have to give a leeway for England as their bowling is weak. No. England are capable of self-destructing against any bowling attack. So that is why it's not going to be easy. Abhishek Rao, for draw 30 overs has to be washed out. Without that, they draw. Then you have to say baseball with rain. But then there is no rain threat as per se in the match period. Sure, maybe the start could be delayed. Maybe the start could say, okay, maybe first session washed out. But still, I think it could be enough. I think it is enough. If England don't lose 1 or 2 wickets, if they don't lose 3-4 wickets in one session, then and only then I see this test being drawn. Otherwise, if you lose 2-3 in a session, game over. You're not saving this test match. That's how I look at it. Nationally, go for the kill. Sab jog do, DSP, Fury, Prasad, Akash Deep, go conquer the Edgbaston fortress. Although the DSP jokes are becoming unbearable nowadays, nationally. There is no such thing like that. I honestly believe some people shouldn't just get, because you're a sportsman, you just shouldn't get the job like that. You have to work hard in order to become such kind of a position. Game over, it's 1-1. England will lose Birmingham for the first time. Manu John, you mean against India? They have lost twice to Australia at Edgbaston. They have lost twice there. They have lost thrice there. Also, they lost to Australia. 0% of draw. Indeed, will rain help England salvage a draw as ball may stop swinging? See, the rain is there now, but it will stop in the morning period. It's now early morning, but the rain will stop at that point. It's high time we need Kuldeep in the next test. Who knows? Maybe that could happen. Nationally, you want a transformation of a prince into a conqueror, conquering territory after territory, script history after script history. But remember, the sport is a great leveler. You cannot win them all, you cannot lose them all. The one lesson that we have to learn from the previous era is that you cannot win everything, you cannot lose everything. It's all a right balance. That is the way we are looking at it. Then, I wish we had Gukesh classical skin, Arjun Blitz skills in one player. That player would have ruled the world. Well, Magnus is ruling the world, my friend. Magnus Carlsen is a combination of all great players, and that's why he's number one. And in Blitz, he could cross 2009. I think he could cross 3000 ELO also in the near future. So it is very interesting. Duke's ball may become heavy and stop swing, but then Ashish, there is hardly any swing at this point. Whatever is there, very little is from the wicket. So yeah, That is how we are looking at it. If rain was out 10 overs or so and if it's a draw, will yesterday's late declaration be the reason? See, we will not talk about the declaration, we will not talk about anything unless the final result comes. You have to look at the final result. If you don't look at the final result and just say, oh, it could prove fatal for India, we are committing harakiri by ensuring we are too preemptive in that sense. Akash Deep cannot bowl with the new ball if Bumrah comes back, so England might have a chance. I don't know. That is the headache of the management to figure out. And Priyanshu, England team is way too arrogant. They need to be humbled. Hope they lose the series. Hope so. But England are not arrogant. They are delusional, Priyanshu. They live in this kind of a delusional world that is there. So it's not like that. It's going to be final trial for Prasidh as well. Don't think he'll get any other test after that if he falters. See, even if he takes 3-4 wickets, he's the one getting the axe. You're not dropping an Akash Deep. Akash Deep, Siraj and Bumrah. That's your lords. The combination that you'll feel bad for this second innings, one shouldn't be counted as a failure. Well, we don't know. I mean, see, Nitesh, Shardul, they may be interchangeable at all points in time. And I think India will win easily unless Stokes does something. Well, Stokes himself isn't in good form. So, yeah, India do have a chance. I think England will still manage to draw if they apply the pitches very flat. Yeah, that's what. England, can they apply? Will their brains allow them to apply? If they don't, we know what's going to be the result at this point. We can't do anything with England. Yeah, we can't do anything with England. Cricket is Mr. Cocktail. Wow. I said, I hope India will win the second test on day 5 in the Lord's Test. Bumrah will replace Prasidh. I doubt India will play Kuldeep. But will India go for Shardul instead of NKR? Well, they may be interchangeable. If India will look at the condition, they'll say, okay, maybe we need 4 out-and-out pace bowlers. Then they'll get a Shardul Thakur. Maybe. They have one person to chase 600. No, they don't. Do you live in sector 135? Yes, I do. 134. Sportsman, last is England basketball, but sensibly, if you look at Crawley's innings on day 5, can they play against sensible cricket? No, they don't. Abhishek Rawat. Did you notice the Duke's ball in Caribbean did a lot than the Duke's in England is doing? Not much. What's the reason? Abhishek Rawat. Conditions. The pitch is green there. The pitch is green and it's got a lot of assistance for the pace bowlers. Here the pitch is like a shirt front. Plus this patch of Duke's ball that is there in England, there is a big problem with it. It's going out of shape so consistently. That is the problem. And do you see England playing out a well-fought draw because draw is better than losing 3 minutes? No, they are not. Why England are giving flat wickets in basketball era? Because they want their batsmen to be in form. Think so India have to declare at least if Gill out, then declare they should have done Riddhi Jain. Well, see, if India win this, all that will be thrown out of the window. Whatever declaration was there in that sense. Magnus might reach 3000 ELO today. He was 7.5 on 9 yesterday. Yes, he was a beast yesterday. Manu is only Jamie Smith and Vokes are main wickets today. Vokes? You mean Stokes? Stokes, that is the thing. Shubman batting is better than Virat. What do you think? Too early, Rishikesh Rathod. Gill wanted 600 plus target. Well, if that's the case and if India don't go on to win, then that same mindset might prove to be different. So, it's going to be a very interesting day 5. There is rain predicted, but it will be now. It won't happen during the match time. So, let's see how that pans out. So, thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this morning wrap. Subscribe to Sports Today. We'll be back for the India-England test match. There will be other updates also, which we'll be giving. So, it promises to be a very attritional day of test cricket. India can make it 1-1. They are in the driver's seat. Let's see how it pans out. And will England give flat wickets at Lords? Flat wickets are there everywhere in England. So, bye-bye. See you soon.